Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
It's Capital.
One-hour radio show that gives you the very latest in sports memorabilia news from around the world. Here are your hosts, industry expert Imran Pilati.
Good morning to you. 10:03 here. Sacktown Sports 1140. 10:03 on a Saturday. I'm here with Kyle behind the window. Co-host Tim Big Shep Shepler.
Good morning.
Do you still go by Big Shep, honestly?
People call me Shep, but
no,
yeah.
I was going to, some people, everybody calls you Shep,
Yeah.
but they don't. I said something about, I'm going to be doing the radio with Tim. All right, who?
Yeah. I had
People don't even know your name.
I know. When I introduced myself the other day at the kids' school, I went up and the parents were introduced, and she goes, "Oh, I'm Sarah," and I go, I'm Tim. I couldn't remember my own first name.
You also said Gary Gerald, the G-Man's name today. How do you say it, Kyle? What do you say?
Jerry Gerald.
No, Jerry Gerald.
Jerry Gerald.
Jerry
Gerald. I don't know how I messed that one up, G-Man. I apologize.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
They're two G's.
And you still messed them up.
Yeah.
Tartar sauce.
Yeah, we talked about that tartar sauce.
We're off to a great start this morning.
Yeah, all of our off-air conversations just bleed on air as soon as the mics turn on.
We should just turn it on early and just keep going.
There should be a show, Imran and Shep in real life, where they just follow us around all day.
It'd be the worst show
Sounds like
ever.
a Bravo show. I'm here for it, though. Real quick, I didn't tell you that. I don't know if you remember. Yesterday, I went and spoke at a school.
Congrats.
Yes, I went to talk to the first graders at Antelope Creek Elementary to tell them what it is to be a general manager of a sports card shop.
Step back for a second. There's a reason why you were doing that. It's not just you were a random guy going.
No, it was
to
a community service.
Yeah, no. What? you had to work off hours from the state.
No, my son asked me. My son Robbie said, "Hey, Dad, their parents are coming to talk at school. Would you want to come in and talk about your career?" So I had to follow a firefighter, though.
He's all heroic, muscular, ripped, and you're all, I do baseball cards.
Yeah. They said, "Hey, did you do the mosquito fire?" And he goes, "I think so." He goes, "I've fought a lot of fires the last 2 years, and I've been in a lot of dangerous situations." And I go, I got to follow the fire. I couldn't follow like the podiatrist.
Speaking of dangerous situations, I was investing in Trevor Lawrence cards.
Yes, I have a Bryce Young downtown for sale. Yes. Yeah.
Well, how'd it go?
Oh, it was great.
Did you give away packs?
We had packs and stickers, and let me tell you, packs and stickers with 6-7-year-olds makes you a winner. The firemen had stickers, but didn't have packs of cards. So I think I might have one-upped him on that.
You one-upped the firefighter. It's the only time a guy that runs a card shop has one-upped the firefighter.
That's with a bunch of kids. It was a lot of fun, so I appreciate the opportunity, and so maybe inoculate some early collectors.
And you know what's funny is that what age were they?
6, 7.
Once they get to 8 or 9, it's going to be like, thanks for the pack of cards.
Where's
they open it? How much is this card worth?
Yeah,
How much is this card
there's
worth?
no auto in this.
Yeah,
And
throw it
spike
down.
them on the ground.
Like, but aren't you enjoying this? I'm not enjoying it unless I get a case hit.
Yes, I'm here for the money. Not here for the vibes. I'm here for the money.
Well, we do have some events coming up. The first event that's coming up is a week from today. It's my birthday.
Yes,
I
it's
will be
almost
turning-
a holiday at True Sports.
Yes, we will be. The store will still be open. We will not close it. I'll be turning 47 years old.
Oof.
So I'm thinking about whether or not I'm going to be here next week or not. So you may have to take over and run the show. So
The Big Shep Show.
God.
Say that 10 times fast.
The Jerry Gerald Show
That's right.
featuring Team Snepler.
Yes.
So we're thinking about this. 2 years behind Draper says, Drapes is 49. Is that what?
Wow.
Yeah. Drapes is 49. I think I look more youthful than Drapes.
Hey, Dave the other day thought I was 50. So thanks, Dave.
You do. I'm looking right at you, and I was going to say 52 or 53.
Yeah.
So let's talk about next week. We're going to have my birthday, which is going to be an amazing day at the shop. We'll be giving away a bunch of stuff.
Week-long celebration.
Yeah, we'll be giving away free stuff to celebrate me. We're coming up, believe it or not, on our 3-year anniversary too in November.
Yep.
So we'll talk more about that on future shows. But we do have an event coming up October 19th. We announced it a couple weeks ago. October 19th from 4 to 6 at our shop. We have Sacramento Kings guard Kevin Herter signing autographs. We do have tickets for sale. Just $30. Any item. Just bring whatever you want. And if you don't have something to get signed, we have jerseys, photos, and more available at the shop for you to be able to purchase. Go to our website, truesportscards.com. Look up Kevin Herter. If you can't spell Herter, spell Kevin. Press the search button. You'll be able to pull up the ticket and put them in your cart. And we'd love for you to come by, meet Kevin. That's going to be 4 to 6. Directly behind that, we have our world famous trade night. It's going to be our biggest one yet. And Shep, tell us about the trade nights that we've had, what to expect if you go.
Well, it's trade nights. One of my favorites. It's the day I love to work the most in the shop, where I think this is conservative. 100 to 120 people on average throughout the night show up at trade night and wheel and deal with each other. You get to meet local collectors, some people you might know from the area, but you didn't know they collected cards. A lot of good connections are made. I love it. The kids we have coming out, like we have droves of kids. I'm talking from 8 to 16, just loading up, coming in, trading. And then you also have
Do we have 17-year-olds again?
Yeah, 17, 18-year-olds.
Sure.
But what I'm saying is I've seen a bigger spike in these kids, like that age group, coming and doing trade night and then dealing with and doing trades with old guys like us. It's wonderful.
Old guys like you.
Yes. Yeah. It's great. I mean, one of the moms told me, she goes, she's loved us doing these trade nights because it makes her kid get off the phone and get off the computer and actually have to talk to people and talk to adults. And they have to figure out money and is it worth doing? And am I doing the right? And it makes their brains work in other ways that they're not currently challenged to do so. And so I think that's been one of the coolest things to see is watching these kids grow up right in front of us and watch them wheel and deal and have to interact and do real world interactions with adults that they don't typically do on a daily basis. And I think I love it. It's great to see. And, we'll be doing that. We're going to have giveaways. I'll be yelling and screaming.
We'll be feeding people.
I think you said a taco guy, which
I'm working on
that. Tacos.
Yeah. Are you in for tacos, Kyle?
Sure. Tacos sound good.
I mean,
unless you want me to make them.
What are you? Some kind of
I got a
taco guy?
No.
Oh,
that's
okay,
the problem.
Yeah, no, we'll pass.
I got a taco guy that did our wedding, and they're pretty awesome. So
yeah, but that was so long ago.
Is
that guy still around?
Yeah, he's still around. He's still around.
All right, so we've got that trade night. So don't forget, starting at 4 o'clock, 4 to 6, we'll have Kevin Herter. Buy your tickets now at just $30 to get your Kevin Herter autograph ticket. And then from 6 to ?
Yes,
we
until we shove everybody out the door.
We usually start kicking people out of there at about 9:30 or so.
Yeah.
And you'll find us at Eureka eating.
If we get everybody out in time.
Yeah, we try to go to Eureka after as a get together.
But that's Saturday, October 19th.
Your wife is in the YouTube chat saying only 6 years, 8 years.
Only 8 years.
You guys have been married 8 years?
It feels like 18.
So October 27th, me and Jessica are 6 years. Yeah, 6 years, and you're 8 years?
8 years, yeah.
So you've been, it feels like 16? What is it, a
18.
sentence?
When the judge sent, I mean, when the
pastor.
I can say that now because I'm here in the studio, safe and secure, and she's driving around town somewhere, so.
Let us talk. We've got some some items, some conversations that we need to have. We know that we have trade night. There's something that's going to be happening real soon in next month. For those of you that have been buying 2024 Topps Chrome baseball, there's an MVP buyback. What that means is that you can take the cards, the base, refractors, numbered, it doesn't matter, of the MVP of both the AL and the NL in baseball, and take that card, bring that into us, and we would give you store credit. Base cards, Shep is smiling. He must be chatting with his wife on YouTube.
No, I just said I'm in trouble.
She said that?
I'm staying here all day, Kyle. I'm not leaving. Protect me.
Shep will be on every radio show going forward for today.
I will be here to protect you because I live at the station.
There we go. Thank you, Kyle.
You guys will be sleeping on the same cot.
Say I'm good.
So the MVP buyback program, they've had it now. This is, I think, the third year that they're doing this. Yep. And what you're doing is you're collecting who is going to be the MVP for NL, MVP for AL. Bring those cards in and you get store credit. Now, this is some of the earliest that we've ever known. We don't know who's going to win yet because they announced it in November, but let's be honest. We know exactly who's going to win in both categories. AL, no doubt, 1,000% it's going to be Aaron Judge. And then no doubt, 100% the greatest player in the game today, Ohtani. Well, who are you going to pick? Matt Chapman?
Real quick, just hear the numbers. Judge, number one, minus 30-30. And Bobby Witt's plus 1,000, and he's in second place.
For those of you that don't know betting, what that means is
here.
For you to win $100, the odds are so stacked in favor of Aaron Judge. To win $100, you have to risk $3,030 in order for you to win $100. That's how sure of a bet they believe it is. And Ohtani?
And Ohtani's minus 1299, and Lindor is second plus 700. So a little closer race there, which I don't get how that's so close.
Yeah. So that means you have to risk $1,300 to win $100. But at this point, it truly is just you're stacking money.
Yeah.
So for those of you that are looking at 8% investments, when you're doing your stocks, your money investments, if you put $1,300 down on a bet on Ohtani to win, you're going to get. Listen, we're not a betting show. No. I don't agree in betting, but for those of you that need to know,
I just wanted to show the difference, and how drastic it is that these two guys are. I mean, everybody knows I'm a huge Royals fan. Love Bobby Witt. He's having a tremendous season. But it's not even close to what Judge is doing. And then Ohtani just doesn't. What he's doing is a creative player in MLB The Show, where you made your own guy. That's who Ohtani is this year. Which is
weird because when I've built my own character over the years, whether it was High Heat Baseball or MLB The Show,
John Dowd.
I basically look like Ohtani in there. Not saying that I look like him, but when it came to Asian character, that was the only guy. I had to look like Ohtani. So, but yeah, I was always, if you see me on 2K basketball, same thing. It's basically Ohtani playing basketball. I'm buffer in the game. I'm taller in the game.
Well, I mean, obviously, because even the Muggsy Bogues character was looking down on you.
Every week with
I got to continue. Everybody's got to take a shot when I say that. 10 a.m.
I'd rather be short than wide. All right, so let's go. Pause. All right, so Kyle's like, just keep going. Stop talking.
Deal of the century. We got some deals going on.
Wait. We didn't talk about what happens.
Yes.
So with the Ohtani and the Judge buybacks, it's highly likely that they're going to win. So you might as well just start stacking your chips. These are the base versions of the card. I don't want you to think that you're going to come with a subset or some sort of a different type of card.
Yeah.
So I'm going to look real quick at what those card numbers are, so that way we could do it.
Well, he's doing that. So what happens is you bring in the base card or a colored parallel, numbered parallel, and we're going to give you store credit in the shop for those, and we end up sending back to Topps, and Topps takes care of us. But what it allows you to do is go around and be able to buy it. We've had customers all summer long buying blasters at $45 and mega boxes around $75. And if they hit Judge or Ohtani, cool. Hey, look, I got a $20 store credit sitting in this $45 box to come back later and buy some more cool stuff. So it's really neat that the fact that they're doing this. Last year, I remember seeing there was a guy in Vegas who had a full wheelbarrow full of MVP cards for it literally came in with a wheelbarrow, and it was somewhere in a neighborhood of I don't quote me on the number. It was over $100,000 worth of trade in, which is wild.
We had a guy come in for a little under $2,800.
Yeah, he was trying to get cases, remember?
Right. And the thing about it is it's store credit towards anything you want. The card number for Aaron Judge is card number 50. That's just the base. And then the second one, the Ohtani card, is going to be card number 1.
Nice.
Card number 1. So those 2 cards are the ones available, whether you have the refractor, X-fractor, colored refractors, numbered. All of them are worth money, and we would take them in and trade starting when it's announced. So keep those in mind as you're buying. So now's a good time to come into the store and buy blasters at $45.
Well, and also you can get them on a hobby, jumbo.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, anything Topps Chrome. When you get those 2 in a regular flagship cards of those guys, they'll be for store credit. Really cool.
Go ahead, and Shep's taking over the schedule today. So
we got a couple deals of the century. I did not even let Emran know about this. Real quick, we had a Sam Darnold signed helmet his rookie season on the Jets. It's black. It's really gorgeous. Got a big giant auto. We had in the shop for around $200, and we've put it out there for $150 this week. We know, hey, it's not Vikings, but he's like the hottest QB in the NFL right now. So it's the deal stands until it sells, and I don't think it's going to last much longer.
Slightly higher than Bryce Young.
Slightly higher than Bryce Young, yeah. Also, too, this past week or so, we took in a giant shipment of now true cases. So you guys know you see everybody going to the shows with their big cases, carrying around their cards and their collections to trade, sell, and show off. Well, guess what? We have our own cases now in stock, and there are some great deals. So we have a 2-row slab case, and that's going for $50. We have a 3-row slab box at $75, a 4-row at $95. We even have a 6-row. Now this thing looks like it could fit a clarinet guitar in. I mean, a small human. The 6-row is like 120, like 125. We also have a 4-row that's top loader and one touch only. That's $65. So a lot of great options in the shop. Limited supply, but come in, pick it up while we have the deals. But they are great. They look just like the Zions inside, and a good way to carry your collections. I actually picked a 6-row up for the old George Brett PC, so it's going in there so I can show it off to all the great George Brett collectors and say, ha, look at George Brett you'll never have.
And what makes me happy is that it's priced so inexpensively.
Oh, that was awesome.
That I got a message on Instagram saying, "Are these used?"
Yes.
Like that's how inexpensive they are in comparison to some of our competitors.
Yeah.
They're the true cases.
Yeah, but we got such a good deal. It was like, let's pass it along to our customer and be able to provide them something that they can keep their collection safe and carry it around. And because I feel bad when I see people carrying around like shoe boxes with their cards in it, or like in a trash. Like one day this guy just came like armful of cards and just laid them on the table. And so I was like, we're gonna at least get you like a 2-row box to take them home in, because this is sad. Don't now you pull them out of their pockets. Like I get a kid pull out an autograph out of his pocket. There was numbered out of 25 on card auto. It was a soccer player. He goes, "Are you interested in this?" I said, "Well, if it's
before you came out of your pocket, don't bet."
So I got him a top loader, a sleeve, and stuff. I was like, "You got to take care of your cards and protect them." And here we go. So, yeah,
we've got some comments in the YouTube chat. So first, Peg Junk, one of our great listeners here. Do you think the Oakland A's secondary market will open up with some fans selling cards? Quick answer on that, Shep. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think the A's are going to get a little more popular as they come to Sacramento. I think it's Giants town right now, and I think it just comes from popularity of the World Series and the lingering of that made a lot of fans that were young at that age really into baseball. But I think having Oakland or the A's now move to Sacramento for the next few years is going to help bring their popularity to town.
Of the collectability, Mason Miller is just awesome. He was the final out. He provided the final out for Oakland at the Coliseum. Mason Miller is always hot whenever we see him. And then
Lawrence Butler.
Yeah, I was going to say he's very Ellie-ish.
He's got the personality too.
Yeah, he's very Ellie-ish. I think if he gets in front of more of an audience, and we're talking to the A's expert over here, talking with Kyle, because he does all the production of every single A's game. So you sat through the snoozers and you sat through everything else. What's your thoughts on some of these players? Who do you think has a chance at actually getting some collectability?
I was thinking about this when I went to the last Bay Bridge game in August, and I'd never really been to the Coliseum all that much because I didn't grow up around here, but I was just kind of thinking about it like, Lawrence Butler probably has a chance to be like the face of the Sacramento era.
Mhm.
And, maybe Mason Miller ends up being that guy. Usually,
Pitchers don't really get that unless they throw hard, which he does.
but with closers too, it's like there's the most excellent in the league, and then there's a bunch of guys that just kind of like rotate in and out. I remember last year the Orioles had 2 closers that were excellent, and now this year you don't hear anything about either of them.
With closers, Kyle, this is before your time as far as even being born, but Eckersley in 92, I think, when he was balling out.
Yeah, he won MVP and Cy Young.
There was just something about Eck. Yeah, MVP and Cy Young
Yeah.
in the same year. It was incredible. Back then, it was just closers were something.
Well,
awesome.
he came in, you knew the game was over. It was like when Mariano. And Trevor Hoffman both had the entrance songs.
Hell's Bells,
Hell's Bells and
Sandman.
When those would play and they came in, you just felt like the game was over.
Yep.
And I know
K-Rod was there too. K-Rod.
but he didn't have the same like entrance that those guys have. Even now, when I hear those songs, I think of both those guys walking in.
There's a guy for the Mets that comes in.
Edwin Diaz, and they have the live guy playing.
That's crazy.
They did that one time. It was really cool.
Yeah, it gives you chills. That's the kind of stuff that needs to happen in baseball.
He has kind of struggled this year, I think,
Yeah.
but it was cool while it lasted. But to your point, yeah, it's weirdly
Lawrence Butler.
It's Lawrence Butler. Brent Rooker's the best player on the A's, but I don't think he has like name recognition like that. Like he basically hit 300 this year. He had over 30 homers.
That's wild
but
to not be even like.
Yeah, he was an all-star last year, but no one
Everybody's
really talks about him like that.
Sacktown Breaks, that's our buddy Andy. He bought the Aiden O'Connell yesterday.
Was it the sock?
It was cheap.
Yeah, it was a full-on Raider patch from a sock.
It was a Raider patch. It was numbered to 75. It was an autograph out of select PSA 9. We sold it for $60, which is what the comp was. But he's looking on the come up, right? So Andy's looking to buy this and say, what's in front of us? We got Gardner Minshew. Is it a possibility that Gardner gets switched out for AOC? I think that it may happen.
It still freaks me out when people say AOC because
you think of AOC, the
female politician, and then you have him. Pig Junk, we do have Topps Chrome tennis.
No, we don't. I sold it all.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
I
took a day off.
I ripped it all on Whatnot.
Oh, yeah. I got to ask
I
you
went
about
crazy,
that.
guys. I did Whatnot. I covered for Anthony, Big Ant. And I covered for him on Thursday night. So I did our normal Whatnot that we have at 7:35. I was ripping boxes and I ripped every single one of the Topps Chrome. I pulled an Andre Agassi Gold Auto. So yeah, I did that for customers, and
wow.
They ain't no more Topps Chrome tennis.
All right.
Sorry.
Well,
No.
and I just have to say, A10, the Carmichael Daves are going to come back from their 0-2 streak here to beat you this week in fantasy football. So just a heads up.
AC asking, what's the typical trade night protocol for bringing in your cards? Listen, bringing cards. The question is, can you bring binders or 2 or 3 row Chiba? I don't care what you bring, but keep this in mind. You're responsible for dragging that stuff around. I'm not going to be helping you with a wheelbarrow. So be smart. Get rid of only the cards. Bring cards that you really want to get rid of. Don't bring us the collection for the museum purposes and showing it off unless you want to sell us something.
Yeah. And we've kind of not had people like we've had before, and we've had to kind of shut down a little bit. The only thing people's trying to like set up and take over tables and
that's
like,
not cool.
Like it's a card show. Yeah. Most of it's just like, hey, pick a chair. That's your chair for a little bit. But most people get up, move around, and it's not like a set up and display.
Right. Fortunately for us, we've never had anybody steal anything from our store. We only get those on break-ins in the middle of the night. But those punks are still
We do offer steals every day, but you do pay for it. You're just getting a steal of a deal.
Hey.
Hey-o!
Speaking of stealing,
Go for it.
there was some controversy with the Shohei 50th home run ball. It was supposed to go up for auction on Golden.
Controversy?
A little controversy. A lawsuit has prevented the auction of the historic home run ball hit by Shohei Ohtani. It claims an 18-year-old fan attending the game on his birthday had the baseball taken away from a muscular older man. It was not me, even though it describes me to a T.
Older is there.
A teen filed a lawsuit in Florida crying foul over the ownership of the baseball that Dodgers star hit his historic 50th home run for the season. 18-year-old Max Mattis, the lawsuit filed this week, seeks to prevent the sale of the baseball, which was scheduled to go up for auction. The lawsuit claims that Mattis is the rightful owner of the ball and sparked a scrum September 19th when it rocketed off the bat of Ohtani and landed behind the outfield wall at Lone Depot Park in Miami. I know a bunch of people were talking about it. I know Golden has the ball. I saw him showing it off the other day, Ken Golden, and who has the show on Netflix. No, the White Emerald. But but it's supposed to, it starts at 500,000 with an outright option to buy it for 4.5. I think they'll get it.
4.5.
I think they'll get it figured out.
Idiots. There's no way. Why would you ever pay 4.5 for a ball that is not the final number ball of the season?
Because that ball is a 50. I mean, it's the first ever to do 50-50.
It's like saying the guy that bought Brady's last touchdown and then he came back.
Yeah, I'd be a little upset about that.
Yeah. I get it. 50. I get it. It's a 50 ball, but he's already at 53. He may end up with 55. That ball apparently would be the one that I think is probably the most collectible, considering that's it. Would you rather have Barry Bonds' 71st or the 73rd? 71 broke McGuire's.
Yeah.
But 73rd is the final.
Yeah.
Well, let me put it this way too. So there's 2 games left for the Dodgers at this point. Ohtani's at 54 home runs and 57 stolen bases. So if he hits a home run today, that's 55-55.
Right.
But it doesn't have the round number of 50-50. But 55-55 is arguably more impressive than 50-50. But I bet you the 50-50 ball is going to sell for more than a theoretical 55-55.
Agreed. Which is just, I get it, because it created the club.
I'm going to explain in card knowledge. It's like a PSA 10 Lucas Silver rookie selling for more than a numbered PSA 10
which happens.
Rookie parallel of Luka, which happens because the silver is unnumbered, but it's for whatever reason more sought after, even though they could make a gazillion of them. And this one over here is numbered out of 199, and it's some weird tiger stripe elephant font, donkey stomped photo. Luka, whatever, circle donuts, whatever they want to call it. And that one's lower pop, and it because it says 199 on it versus one that's unnumbered, but the unnumbered one will sell for more. It's the mind of the collector.
Correct.
Collect what you want, but it's again,
that's a cool story, bro, type thing, because it doesn't affect us in the hobby. It's just kind of a cool story.
It's just interesting to see. And Imran, what would you pay for that ball? With your unlimited funds?
I would say that I estimated that ball would go for between 75 and 125. I was pretty off if that's what Golden's doing it. But as soon as Golden gets his hands on it, it's always instantly like 6X is what he tries to get.
Is it weird that I wouldn't want anything he's touched?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I shook his hand though.
Ugh, not touching
him. I like him. He's great. Read the transcripts. I'm telling you, he's amazing.
Uh-huh.
Got to watch on YouTube to see what he's doing.
Ask Kobe's family if he's paid him.
So I just wanted to say that these things are neat to tell the story about, but they don't affect the average collector.
Yeah, that was one of those things. Like it's going to be out there, and things that do help collectors out.
Just real quick, going back to the YouTube chat.
Yeah.
AC says that he believes that there'll be an uptick in interest for the SAC market. I will tell you this. The real draw that's going to happen, first of all, Sacramento loves their sports. It doesn't really matter whether it's the Republic, whether it's the Kings, the Sacramento Surge, the Mountain Lions. They don't care. They're the Capitals,
the tennis team,
the Capitals.
They used to play out at Sunrise Mall.
They don't care. They'll go ahead, and Sacramento will always support their local teams. But in this case, imagine now you're able to showcase Aaron Judge coming into town. You're able to showcase Ohtani coming into town. I mean, we're going to be able to have there at Sutter Park. Is that what it's called now?
Yep.
Sutter
Health Park.
Sutter Health Park. Yeah, we're going to have it. The very aptly named Sutter Health Park. Was that Rayleigh Field at one time?
It was Rayleigh Field, and it was still the best name.
Yeah. It's kind of like Arco.
Yeah. It was always Arco. It wasn't Sleep Train. There was another one.
It wasn't Power Balance Arena.
Biggest scam artist ever.
Power Balance Pavilion.
Power Balance Pavilion.
Yeah.
Try saying that and Gary Gerald 5 times fast. Power Balance.
Are there any other pavilions in the NBA?
I think after that one, they said no. I think the best one still is in New Orleans. What is it?
The
Smoothie King Center.
And they need to get Zion some smoothies.
They give you smoothies
when
you go to the game. Yeah.
If you're a spectator in the crowd,
I believe if you're media.
So Zion.
I always love the Square Garden because you remember Market Square. Remember like Madison Square Garden?
Yes,
that sounds cool. And then Market Square Arena in Indianapolis when they used to play there. Like those are just cool. That just sounds neat.
I thought it was something field.
It is now, but back in the day when like Reggie was there, the old one was Market Square Arena.
Was it?
Yeah, they tore that one down
Yeah.
and built. I think it's like Bankers Life Fieldhouse or
Yeah,
something.
it's a field house now.
Hey, the Sacramento A's might be playing soon.
No, it's
True. It's just A's.
Just the Athletics.
Okay.
No Sacramento.
That's
No
what it's called,
Sacramento, the
Athletics.
Here are the Athletics.
Yeah, you know how like
They're
the,
traveling Athletics.
the little, instead of OAK as the little thing, it's going to be ATH. It's not going to be SAC. It's going to be
Why-
ATH.
you know why? Why can't are we that ugly of a girl that you can't tell your friends about us? You just got to go by like, hey, like I'll see you on the side after dark.
I have a podcast version of a joke I could share with you, but not on the radio. All right. Of something like that.
Oh.
It's regarding mopeds. All right. So let's talk a little bit about what's the next topic, Jeff?
Well, the next topic, Tom Brady had a rookie card sell for about $120K. Now, it's not a crazy amount, but it was pretty cool, the story that went down. Fanatics Collect and Sotheby's debuted the Holy Grails auction with a red carpet event on Tuesday at Harlem Parish. Exclusively featured some ultra high-end cards. The auction was highlighted by a few of the Grail cards, including a 1955 Topps Roberto Clemente rookie card, PSA 9, insane. 1933 Gaudi Lou Gehrig, SGC 6, not the other one, Emron. 1948 Leaf Jackie Robinson, PSA 8, that's his rookie there as well. A 1998 Pokemon Japanese promo illustrator Holo Pikachu, CGC 9. There were 33 lots that generated more than 7,000 sales with 97% sell-through rate. Only one lot failed to sell. There were bidders from over 20 countries. The auction featured an average of 41 bids a lot. It opened back on September 10th. Pretty cool. We heard all the 27 sports cards. Now, this is from insider reporting that we had somebody live in the field there in New York, but all 27 of the sports cards of the 33 sold above a current comps. So what the current card sold for, they all went above, which is outstanding. One of the cool ones was a lot number 12. I like how they did that. Whoever
Brady?
did this knew, like, hey, we're going to put this Tom Brady card as card 12, if it's lot 12. It was a 2000 playoff contenders on-card auto rookie ticket, BGS 9.5. So the card is 9.5 overall with a 10 autograph, sold for $120K. The buyer of the card was sitting next to Tom and Michael Rubin, who is the owner of Fanatics, and his name happens to be Bob Kraft.
Oh, Bob Kraft bought it.
Bob Kraft, and I think 120K is kind of light, Bob. That's like you and I spending $12,
Somebody should have shill bidded him.
right? Why isn't Ruben bumping up the hey, let's get a little action in the room?
That brings up a point. Fanatics, what's it called? Collects?
Fanatics Collect.
Okay,
Yep.
so this is the one that our friend Rob Veras from Burbank Sports Cards moved all of his eBay inventory.
Yes.
2.5 million cards
Insane.
listings. He moved to Fanatics Collect. Now, I haven't talked to Rob about what the financials are on that, but I'm sure that he was incentivized is the good word
Yes.
to bring 2.5 million cards into a brand new forum of selling cards. Do you know of anybody that's moved over to Fanatics Collect or even seen? I think
Not yet.
I'd like to do that. I'd
Yeah.
like to see what we could do on there.
Well, I think the more and more that they get intertwined into the hobby and the sports. I mean, they've already been in the sports making all the mem, that's you go to the team stores and buy, and now they're doing the on-field jerseys for the players, and now they're going to be licensing all of the product. Fanatics Live, which is their breaking site, I think Fanatics Collect is going to be the first. Fanatics Collect could be the first one if they do it right to compete with eBay. And
Everybody's
people
complaining
call it
eBay
FeeBay.
fees. Yeah, FeeBay.
eBay, and it's always been an issue. But the thing is, you're paying for the collectors that go there, the people that you're paying for the
Paying for the
eyeballs.
audience. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
paying for the audience.
I think if Fanatics Collect does it right, and I think they haven't like made a gigantic push for it, and they're letting it kind of slow build. I think that's the best way to do it versus trying to shove it down everybody's throats and make you do it. Do the slow build and build it up and do it the right way. Because to get on Fanatics Live, they put you through some hoops to be able to do that. And I think that's awesome because it weeds out all of the dodos and the Cheeto fingers guys in Arkansas. So maybe they'll be a little higher quality of a seller. So I'm interested to kind of see how they do it.
Okay, before I let that slip, let's make sure that they understand we're not against people in Arkansas.
No, but
I use the characterization.
example.
I give the
Cheeto's
example.
fingers out.
Cheeto fingers Alabama, and the reason I
Sorry,
say that is
Alabama.
the reason I say that is because I'm talking about the people that are breaking online from their mom's basement in Alabama, eating Cheetos and opening packs and selling, and then people coming and to the store and bringing their cards in going, yeah, it's all messed up and the cards were dirty when they came to me. It's like, well, what did you expect when you bought cards on a break from Cheeto Fingers mom's basement in Alabama?
Yeah.
So you just said Arkansas, and
Arkansas.
I don't want you.
Arkansas. I'm from Kansas. We could just say from Cheetos Fingers, Kansas, because I guarantee
that is a guarantee because you are a Cheeto Fingers user
Yes.
out of Kansas. All right. So, Shep, let's talk about the new releases that have been coming out or are about to come out.
Yep.
So let's talk about what came out this week.
Yeah, this week, great. 2024 Topps 5-star. It's 1 pack, 2 cards per pack. Guess what? They're both going to be autographed for you.
Sick.
Yes, there's 140-ish subjects in there. I want to say, and I can't guarantee, but I believe most, if not all, are on-card autographs. You're going to have a lot of current stars, rookies in there. It's a good lineup. You're going to have some fun with it. But it's one of those products where it's not for the faint of heart. You're running
High risk, high reward.
Yeah, $300+ tag on a box. And, they're cool. They have tons of parallels like aqua, purple, blue, red, green, gold.
Ooh, did you say
orange?
Aqua, purple, blue?
Green, gold, orange, red. It's the rainbow of colors. Like you can get.
This is now all of a sudden people will want to buy this based on the color schemes that you.
But look, you can get guys from Alex Rodriguez and Buster Posey, Bill Mazeroski to Corbin Carroll. Cole. I'm just pulling. Oh, dude, Cal Ripken's in here. Evan Carter, Ellie Dela Cruz.
Wait. I just looked at the box break.
Yeah, you're just cruising.
2 autos.
Yep.
So you're getting 2 cards, 2 autos.
Yep.
One's a guaranteed autograph, and one is a cut signature or auto relic book card.
Ooh.
Wait.
No,
not
that
true.
can't be guaranteed.
I'm looking right at it. 5-star comes with 2 autos or 1 auto and 1 cut signature or auto relic book.
There you go. So if you get a book, you're gonna So
okay,
the booklets are cool too.
And that
like 5 stars, a lot of fun. I mean, but you also can look and turn, and people are going to be like, "Oh, I got Spencer Horowitz of the Blue Jays and Trey Cabbage of the Angels."
Do you know how much we have it on our shelf for?
Card price is $325, and cash price, I believe, this week is $300.
Yeah, we figured if we're going to not have to pay the credit card fees, we pass the savings along to the customer.
Real quick, and if you go to buy it online, $325 is the floor. I've seen it as high as $365.
Hey, we're under that.
Hey, we try to provide great deals.
We're the greatest.
Yes.
Okay, next up. What else came out this week?
2023-24 Panini Phoenix basketball. The Phoenix has risen. This is the debut release of the product. It's they have it in football. I love Phoenix. A chromium card stock. You have 5 packs per box, 12 cards per pack. You're going to receive 2 autograph cards, a mem card, 6 inserts, and 12 parallels, which means every other pack has an insert and every pack should have a parallel. I'm always excited when they bring product out because they usually load it that first year and just make it tremendous. So you want to come back the next year and buy it. But like I said, I've been a fan of Phoenix football with those chrome cards, great design. You're getting some pretty cool inserts throughout. It looks like we're going to have a range of veterans, rookies, and retired stars throughout. So it's going to be a fun part.
This can't be right. I don't want to state the price yet because our price is a little bit different than the original release price.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take a look.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to
do some
recalibrate that and make sure that it's going to be in that 400 something range, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more, but it'll be right around there. But I got to dial that in because it's definitely different than it was originally spoken of on the release price. What I love about Phoenix, again, every 23 basketball product is driven by Wemby. The autographs in there, the Thompson twins are actually seeing more of an interest. I've seen more sales happening of the Thompson twins. I think that them and Keontae George seem to be the best autographs. So really you're going for color parallels at this point, specifically of Wemby. You're hitting them. You're making a decent return on your money on investing. Also, any debut edition, this is a consideration too. Whenever you see a debut edition of a product that ends up being a core product, sometimes sitting on that wax and holding that wax and not opening those boxes can have some value to them as well. Specifically because these will not have redemptions of anybody that you have to concern yourself with and going, well, I don't want to miss out on a Wemby redemption of an autograph. That doesn't exist in this product. So you don't mind sitting on some of this stuff. Like, for example, we had somebody that opened a box and they had a 2020 redemption card of Joe Burrow rookie card, rookie patch. And that's a consideration now. Like, what do we do with this thing? It's now 2024, and this card was from 2020 on a redemption. We opened this box, which was a 2020 box. Will I ever get my redemption card from it? So it's one of those considerations. You're sitting there going, does this make sense for me to hold the box? And in this case, for this on a debut edition, might be worth it.
Yeah, no, definitely. And like I said, Chromium products are great and great to see. I want to see it open live. So somebody come down to the shop, buy a box, open and live. I'd like to see that in person. We also had 2023 Panini National Treasures football. Basically one pack of boxes, 8 cards per pack per box. Love NT, 6 autos and or mem cards, 1 parallel, and you're going to get a base or an insert in here. And again, man, National Treasures is getting the top tier of one of the products that Panini comes out with every year. You're getting it's like a 130 point card, nice thick card itself, big chunky patches, RPAs, those are rookie patch autographs. Those are always the most sought after, especially out of NT. Even your base cards, man, they're numbered out of 99. So limited product run.
Yeah, this product is one of the higher tier. It's probably second highest to maybe third highest if you count like an Eminence type of a thing or impeccable. This is going to be right around $2,000 a box. Yep, you heard me right. $2,000 a box for around 8 cards a pack, maybe a little bit less if you have a big chunky book or something. 8 autos or mem, 1 base, 1 parallel, as Shep mentioned. Yep. Big high risk, high reward. These are great for breaking.
Yes.
Although we don't break, this is a good product if you end up buying it and break. It's not bad if you wanted to just not have to worry about getting skunked and missing out on a card when you've paid money for it. Just buy the whole box of National Treasures. We only have a couple. I don't invest heavy in this, Shep, and you know why. It's one of those where you really want to have it as an option for those higher end buyers of wax, but at the same time, not everybody can afford it. Our bread and butter is that meat and potatoes for us is that sweet spot of $200 to $500 boxes. This is really not something that we focus on, but we do carry.
Well, yeah, we do carry. Love to see it open again. Yeah, it's a big hitter. And again, the cards that come out of it are usually really beautiful. There's not a lot to them. It's more simplistic in design, but elegant in a way. And always good singles add to your PC. So
we got some stuff coming up next week. What do we got coming up?
Let's see. Next week we have
Elite.
Yes, sir. Elite football is coming out next week. Let's see. That's always fun. It's a 2024 Donruss Elite football. We're going to have coming out in Elite's going to be, again, that's going to be that foil board card. So it's one of the first ones that's not a paper base coming out for the product. You're going to see a 200 card base set. You're going to get 2 autographs, 1 mem card in there, 3 rookies, 6 parallels, 11 inserts, and a box break. And you're going to see about a $350 price point on there. It's a 200 card base set but they have 100 rookies. So it's a great way to get to know your rookie class. Still waiting to see
lineman time.
Well, I'm still waiting to see too if Caleb's in this product, because I think there's been 124 product from Panini where he's had a base card. And so it's just kind of interesting to figure out what they're doing with him in there. He's been a big chase, but Elite football is a good way to get started as we have like 3 or 4 24 releases out. Congratulations. Thank you, Panini, getting some product out in the season when it starts. You know, we have Luminance, we have Score, Gold Standard, and we'll have Elite next week. So there's 4 products out in the first 4 weeks of the football season. Thank you, Panini, because we're still waiting on some WNBA, but hey, that's for another day.
Yeah, no kidding. Can we get some WNBA product?
Nothing. The playoffs have started.
Late October. Playoffs started. Caitlin's already gone for the season. She's done.
Thanks. Oh, and Angel Reese is already out. And
there's only 4 teams left.
Yeah. Hello.
We don't even have product.
Again, I've been saying this for months. They've dropped the ball on the greatest publicized, not the greatest season overall. I can't talk about the statistic. I've not watched all 25 years 30 years of the WNBA. It's almost been 30 years, right? 96,
97,
96 summer after the Olympics when they started everything. That was the inaugural season was great because you came off the Olympics in Atlanta with all those gals and put them out there. Now you have all these great rookies coming in and you're the only one that can make the cards and we got nothing.
Caitlin exclusive autographs to Panini and still missed it.
Dropped the ball. Also 23-24 Panini Noir basketball comes out. We have 24 Origins football supposed to. You're telling me we're going to get 2 football releases on the same day, or I guess Elite comes out Wednesday, Origins comes out Friday, so the same week. Looks like there's some UFC knockout coming. That's neat. That's new.
Yeah, we have cases of that.
Yeah,
coming.
Bowman Sterling's coming up. There's a lot of fun stuff coming up here in October. And like I said, we're still Origins. Let's see, WNBA. There we go. Origins basketball looks like October 16th is the first one we're getting there for the WNBA season. And yeah, pretty much the season will be almost over at that point there. And we have select WNBA coming out the 23rd. So, yeah.
Let's have a discussion about football.
Football, yeah. Let's talk football.
All right,
I love football.
We got people in the chat talking, and they're excited about the Kings season. First preseason game for the Kings is October 9th, which is crazy. They're playing against the Warriors. That's the first preseason game. Just before we go over to, do we get photogenic? No, we did not get photogenic AC in the YouTube chat. Let's talk about football. It's been a weird season.
Yes.
We're home to the Niners here at 1140, and it's been a rough go.
Yeah.
Injuries have decimated the team. Debo's still out. Bosa is out this week. You know?
I don't know. Shocker, Bosa.
Could be.
Shocker, Bosa's injured.
We also found out that CMC is going to be out longer than expected. We're talking months versus it.
Hargraves.
Kid goes to, Javon Hargraves.
We got micro tears in CMC's Achilles.
Is that what they said?
According to the German doctor that he went to see.
So if he even stresses that a little bit, it turns into full tear, potentially. Wow.
I mean, it could be. I don't know the exact. I think what the description they were saying is like because it's an actual issue with the Achilles itself. It's not like it's going to heal with time. It's like it probably needs a procedure.
Now's a good time to make that investment if you feel that, CMC is going to come back strong. His market is depressed a little bit, and then you've got Purdy who's playing fairly well with the exception of not having anybody to throw to except for Juwan.
Throw me the Brandon Ayuk. Throw me the ball.
Well,
hey, Brandon, you got to open your hands.
Yeah.
You can't use your fist to catch the football.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Because no. I mean, just saying he's had so many drops this year, and people got mad at Ronnie Bell, but Brandon dropped a big pass earlier in the game that it just.
Let's check this out. Okay, everybody who has held out
has stunk. Yeah,
honestly, Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Ayuk.
Yep. Oh, what all position do they play?
Wide receiver, but you also, I'm trying to think of
you know how easy it is to replace a receiver in the NFL.
Trent Williams struggling a little bit to block.
He had cramps the other day. Fell down because he had cramps.
It's one of these things where if I'm going into a season and I'm going to be investing in cards, buyer beware when it comes to anybody that's holding out.
Yep.
Because it doesn't matter if you've been doing this your whole young life. You got to get the reps in. You got to be good enough to where you're able to work with your team. And not only that, but Purdy then had a chance to work with other people like Juwan Jennings, like Debo. So he starts to get comfortability with those players versus comfortability with you that's been sitting out for a long time. We can be very critical about the Ayuk situation, but let's go into some of the other investments. People love investing in rookies. That's what they want to get in early. They want to get them cheap as possible. So if we think about it, the hyped rookies have just struggled, really struggled. Caleb Williams, he's not even in product in some cases in Panini, but this guy, I mean, like it's a weird situation because it's messed up. You've got, who's their coach? Eberflus?
Eberflus.
Okay, that guy's coaching for his job right now.
Yep.
So he's trying to win, right? But then you've got to develop Caleb Williams. That should be like the number one only thing that you should be worried about. So you've got conflicting scenarios here. One guy's trying to save his job, so he has to put in whoever's going to win. And then the other guy, what he should be doing is developing Caleb and not worrying about the wins.
Well, yeah, and look what Dan Quinn came out and said this week. He's trying to protect Jaden Daniels, who balled out this last Monday night, primetime, and looked phenomenal. And
2 touchdowns and a running touchdown.
Yeah, he said, I'm trying to protect him from ghost of quarterbacks past, meaning, hey, I know I have a rookie quarterback, and I need to be gentle and take my time and develop him, but he's also darn good and has to be out there playing for us, but I got to make sure that we do it in the right way, which I know Dan Quinn's second-time head coach, just started this season, so new head coach, first year, rookie quarterback. That's kind of how they like to pair it.
But they're synergistic together. They're both looking at the same thing.
Correct.
And Dan doesn't have to worry about losing his job.
Correct. And then Eberflus has been kind of like, It's been a little tough there. This is a make it or break it year for him. Caleb, again, got to let him develop. So two very conflicting things and two very
That's
sought
another
after
thing.
collected guys.
So when there's so much more than just like this guy did good in college, let's buy him.
yes,
You have to think about the situation in totality.
yeah, and
Right. So you think about like what happened with Mac Jones. Mac Jones was struggling, but Bill is Bill, and he's trying to win because Bill is trying to shake the shadow of Brady.
never
So
did.
he has to win. So he can't develop Mac Jones. Then Mac goes. I mean, there's so much more to that thought process of where it's there. And I really believe in the Freakonomics model of how things work, whereas the story behind the story ends up leading to the investment.
Perfect example. We talked about him earlier. Sam Darnold. Okay, when he was with the drafted 3rd overall by the Jets, they traded up from 6 to 3 to take him. He was talked about being the number 1 overall pick. Amazing, like great in college. Came out has this. We've seen what he can do with the Vikings, but he went from struggled with the Jets because they were a terrible franchise. They did not have players around him, and they ran him out there, and he struggled and didn't have anybody to block for him. Didn't have anybody to throw to. Goes to Carolina, spends a year as a starter back up there, stunk. Goes to the Niners, gets to sit, hang back. Now you see me playing for the Vikings, doing really well. Guys, I'm going to throw back an old name. Jim Plunkett was the number 1 pick by the Patriots in the early 70s, 71, I believe, had Archie Manning. He struggled tremendously, thought his career was over, went and spent 2 years with the Niners, kind of like as a starter back up there, goes over to the Raiders, and then goes out and wins some Super Bowls, becomes a Hall of Famer, and is the Jim Plunkett Heisman Trophy winner all thought he was. I'm not saying that's Bryce Young or Caleb or anything like that. Those guys have a pedigree for a reason. And if you watch Carolina, Andy Dalton, he played on some terrible Bengals teams. He's been in the league since 2011. So he had some time and he knows how to play pro football. Bryce Young's never had a chance. I want to say, if I'm trading for a guy, I'm going after a guy like Bryce Young.
I need to leave 2 things before we come off the air, but real quick, Shep, who do you invest in? Give me your weekly investment and who you'd probably stay away from for this week.
I'm going to
in any sport, any player.
Yeah. I'm going to still go heavy right now. Bobby Witt in baseball. And I'm running away from anybody that plays wide receiver in the NFL right now. Collecting.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. For me, I think I'm going to go a little bit towards Malik Neighbors from what I've seen. I like Malik Neighbors. They'll figure out the quarterback situation.
I mean, if he can be productive with Daniel Jones, then you're good.
And I'm running even further away from Bryce Young right now. That guy is not going to be traded until the offseason. No. And I think that he's a stay away at the moment unless you know that somebody's going to make an investment. Yeah. But we've seen players like Justin Fields, like Mac Jones that have been picked in their first 15 picks or so. And they ended up being traded for a 7th round or a 6th round or a 5th round pick. Like Lance was traded for like a 4th. And there was somebody that got traded for a 2nd and 5th. I think it was Josh Rosen at one time. Yeah. So you look at these guys, they'll be unloaded. Bryce will get 5 cents on the dollar on what he was getting for. So there'll be somebody that will give him a chance knowing that they're not investing too heavy.
And before I leave this, everybody's excited about the basketball season. The basketball market right now is still pretty depressed.
Right.
It's down.
Now's a good time to buy.
Now's a huge time to buy. If there's big cards or guys you think are going to take off, right now is the time to buy. We just had Cat traded the Knicks. Randall's going over to Minnesota. So there's a lot of opportunity right now to be, even on Wemby cards. You can make some big plays on Wemby. He's out there in the market. So be smart with it. But you have a feeling on some guys, now's the time to do it in basketball because in 2 weeks, basketball prices are going to be taken off.
As we close out today, don't forget that we have our trade night that's going to be happening October 19th at the shop. We'll have Kevin Herter signing autographs from 4 to 6 p.m. Please go by TrueSportsCards.com or stop by the shop to pick up your ticket for the Kevin Herter autograph session. Just $30, anything that you want signed, he can have it done. And then also we have trade night right behind that 6 to 9 p.m. For myself, for Kyle behind the window, for Big Shep and everybody at True Sports Cards. We'd love to see you come by the shop. Yes, we're open today, 10 to 6. You'll see me, you'll see AJ, you'll see Shep, and you'll see Dave.
I think Dave's in.
Yeah, I think Dave's in. So come on in, bring your cards. We'll see you next week on my birthday right here on the True Sports Card Show. True Sports Card Show. The Jerry Gerald show.
Yes.
We'll see you next week, guys. Thanks.
Buying or selling a home is a big deal, literally.